This is day 10 of my journey up here in North Carolina. So we woke up and Daniel had a big tree on a hill that was threatening a house that he was wanting to take care of. And I won't lie, I was super nervous about it. But he was brave enough to take it on. He called Kurt, and Kurt gave him some pointers on how to do it, and he just went in there with the team. He had a crew of firefighters local here that went up on the mountain and helped him, and they just all worked together. Him and Jason and that crew of firefighters just made it happen, and they just saved a house from the danger it was in threat of. Like I said, it was a monster hill. I mean, a mountain, and it was just headed straight for the house, just barely precariously hanging on behind the house. They had to use ropes and snatch blocks and tie it off and just use a whole team of guys to keep it from falling down on the house, and just really be careful and methodic about what they were doing. I went up there for a minute and took him a snatch block to help go off of stuff, and I realized that they had plenty enough help. So I cut out and headed up the mountain to go take the hammer drill I borrowed from a homeowner back. And it was a homeowner that was repairing his bridge himself, and I got to do an interview with him. And I also had some extra concrete from the day before, so I took some concrete up to his job because he's the one that needed the 5.5 pallets. So I was able to drop the concrete off up there and give him his tools back and actually get an interview with him, which I'm very grateful for and I really appreciate. And I'll be posting that here next. So from there, back at camp, they were saying they were needing help with a dump trailer. So I came back down and got ready to go on that adventure. Daniel and Jason were here and had just gotten done cutting the tree, and so they were getting ready to head out. Today was the day that they were going home, so they were just packing up camp. So I got to talk to them for a minute and wish them well on their journeys and thank them just immensely for all the hard work they did. They are just extremely hard workers who just put their heart out there and volunteered with nothing back. And Daniel paid a lot out of pocket. He bought 100 gallons of fuel here. He he paid for the entire trip. He did everything, man. He's just a really great guy, and I appreciate both of those guys so much. So from there, I snagged up the dump trailer and went to go get some fill for up on the mountain. So they had houses that were in threat of being washed away from runoff, and they had a bunch of roads that are needing gravel so people can access them because they're just a mud mess right now, and it's getting ready to rain a little bit more, and it's just going to turn into a nasty sloppy mess. So we need gravel on all the roads. We need fill to help divert water so houses don't get hit, and just there's a bunch of stuff going on here. So I went to the gravel yard, the local gravel yard here, and there was a line of, I'd say, 10 to 15 dump trucks that had come from out of town, and they were just lined up needing filled up. And they're just working on with everything they can and being overwhelmed, and so I had to sit there at the gravel yard for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It's just you got to learn patience around here, and you can't get in a rush, and it's so hard when you put all this effort to come out here, and then you just got to sit and wait in traffic. I've sat in traffic over an hour before, and I just had no other option. There's just no other way to get to where you're going. So you never know when an hour-long pause to your day will just get thrown in, and it's just so hard to not want to go. Especially when you do all this, and it's hard. But you got to look inside yourself, and you got to learn patience, and it's just it's a journey, man. It's all a journey out here. So I sat there and waited, and finally got loaded up, and I took the fill dirt up the hill. The trailer was acting a little funny when I was letting it down. The hydraulics squirted back out. I don't know why it did that. I didn't do anything. It wasn't overloaded. I only had 3 tons in it. It was a big trailer, so I started out easy because I was going across a sketchy little bridge, and I want to do a little video on that too. So yeah, I don't know what happened to the trailer. Everything was fine. Everything went up fine. The battery was kind of dead. So I brought it down without a battery, and when, like I said, when it got to the bottom, the reservoir that holds the fluid, it filled all the way up over full and then started squirting out. And I didn't do anything to cause it. I don't understand. Like I said, it only had 3,000 pounds. So I brought the trailer back to camp, and that was pretty much the end of the day at that point. So that's my summary for the day. Thanks everybody for keeping along. I appreciate y'all.